Well, now. No, it can't be on. No, it's not. It can't be on yet. Is it on me?
I love it when we make our plan all at the same time.
It must be Anders is giving the countdown in the chat, so.
Yeah. Well, they said we're on, so we're on. We must be.
Cooey, Mr. Shifter.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, good evening, everyone. And it nearly wasn't a good evening because I nearly wasn't here because my wireless closed down and I couldn't get on the internet type thing.
You're on wireless, Ted.
Yeah.
Do I need to come around and do the clapping?
It's all clever stuff. This internet thing, isn't it?
Is he on wireless? Is he just winding me up, or is he actually on wireless? Do you think? Why? You're
I think that's dry slap time, mate. I think you need to get in the shark mouth mobile, mate, and
yeah.
pick up a wet kipper on the way down, mate. And
just 10 minutes before we started, Foxx says, "Ted, have you got that item up on the screen?" And pressed the button, and everybody disappeared.
Yeah. And I said to Chris and Colin, I said, if Ted comes back and says he's on wireless, I'm going to drive around to his house and slap him.
So we were very nearly without Ted and without Foxx because he was going to be in the car going to sort out Ted.
Yeah, but I live too far away from Foxx and never drive this far.
Yeah, I can take all the A roads. It took me a week to get there, but I'll still get there.
Yeah.
There's enough little chefs on the way that I'll be quite happy about it.
As Michael Jacobin says, yeah, my PC still works on valves and radio, so yeah, just wait. That's probably what happened. One of the transistors warmed up, so yeah.
I've got a big key in the back of mine that I turn.
Yeah, not saying Ted's computer's old, but it's got a label that just says interocitor on it. So
yeah,
that's a reference that most people won't get.
Yeah. It's when I take it into the repairman. He likes my machine going in to be repaired. I learnt my trade on these, all them years ago. I served my time on these. Anyway, good evening. It's Monday night. Yes, it's Monday night, and it's that time again. It's Monday night. It's 9 o'clock. It must be Cracker Jack.
Cracker Jack, Crush Grape. Crush Grape.
Yeah, I love Cracker Jack. It's the four of us. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, four of us. Ted, Foxx, Colin, and I. And Chris.
Yeah, I'm here as well.
It's a very momentous occasion this tonight as well because Chris has got the buttons.
Yes.
I have. I might be the only one that's in high resolution, so if everyone else goes a bit blurry, it's all my fault. But it's just the internet's fault, really. But
So I'm hands-free tonight.
He's gone all technical tonight, hasn't he?
That means that when Foxx speaks, it actually flicks over to him without him having to think about it.
No, I don't have to use my mouse to...
You're on wireless as well then, Foxx.
So who's got the backwards shirt on tonight then?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know about
Ah,
that.
right. Oh, right. Yeah. And if you remember last week, if you did watch us last week, don't forget that we are giving away the Dornier DO215B-4 tonight. So if you haven't already taken part in the giveaway, the comment, go across. Got a couple of minutes.
Did you read that or did you remember that?
I remembered it.
I think you remembered it.
Yeah. Because it's got windows and things and it flies and a fount of all knowledge. So go along, comment on last week's video and you could be with the chance of being picked out with a random comment picker tonight. Whatever you had to do. What was it? Something German this week, wasn't it?
I think we wanted amusing but not necessarily correct fact about Germany.
And keep it family friendly.
Family friendly, yeah, because
we have to now label this as a suitable for kids? No.
Not for kids, this show. Definitely not. They're all in bed still.
Yeah, that's why we hold it after 9 o'clock because it's past the watershed and they should all be in bed. Yeah.
This is a big gin get together. No kids invited in this.
Speaking of gin, have you seen
Have
you seen what they've got in Aldi?
No, what?
If you've got a local Aldi nearby to you, go in there and they have slow gin flavoured mince pies. Yeah.
I like
So
to
if
have-
anybody's passing Aldi and they would like to send me some slow gin mince pies, just send them on to me. Yeah.
I thought you were going to say they got slow gin flavoured gin, which is double trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Gin flavoured gin, double bubble.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I'll have 2 boxes, please. Are you over 18?
They've also got Stollen in stock now as well.
Oh, Stollen. Yes. All
So
the things.
get your gin flavoured whatevers and your Stollen, and fatness will ensue.
Yeah. Good. Yes. Anyway, let's have a round the table. See what we've been up to this week. What's everybody been up to this week? We'll start with Colin because he's on the left. Colin. which I think
Me, I've been doing some work on the 124th Huey that we've been doing the lives on. So I've been doing that.
Just looked at it without any body work on it.
Yeah, a little bit of video editing and dealing with a upcoming commission that I'm going to be starting. So,
Oh.
so yeah, Festa's back doing some commission work. So yeah, why not?
Mhm. Your next deadline, Chris? Have you done anything? Have you been?
No, I'm next. No, not really.
Oh, straight to the point. Yeah.
I've got a large box there that I will be starting on during the week.
Is that like? Did that feel a bit like being at school? Chris, have you done your homework? No.
No, the dog ate it. Yeah,
No, and I've also forgot my trousers. Oh, no.
It's that dream again, but it's for real. No. Yes, I've not been really doing very much, to be honest, this week. I've not lost my mojo, but it's sort of fading to the background a little bit. But once I start on that, that's going to start.
Is that the one you're doing the digital camo?
Yeah.
Oh, are you beginning to think it was a bad idea now?
I knew it was a bad idea even before I suggested it. So yeah.
Yeah, masking Berlin camo was fun. So I wish you all the best with that, mate.
What's Berlin camo? Is that?
That's the one that Tony.
Berlin camo's like what Tony did on his Chieftain tank, mate.
It's like chocolate cake colours.
Oh right. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the browns, the greys, the whites.
So it's still the sharp edges, but different.
Yeah.
Sharp edges.
Sharp edges, 4 candles.
Fork handles.
Oh. Yeah, and Foxx, you're next. What have you been doing? Anything? You must have been doing loads. You're always doing loads.
Yes, this week I have been doing more chipping and stuff on the Cesabe. You won't be able to see it, but there's a first coat of chipping on this shield. And I've also been touching in the dragon decal.
You're right. You're particularly low res at the moment. So you were a minute ago. You were fine, but then you've just got worse.
Do you want to refresh? And
I shall try the refreshing button and see. So if it all breaks, it's all my fault. I apologise.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching. Bye. Yeah. Oh, he's back. That was quick.
I'm back. I'm very quick on the.
You're much slicker than Foxx does.
Am I? I must apologise for that.
that means he's actually don't shut up because that means he's doing.
Hang about. Ted was perfectly in focus, but Foxx is still blurry. I think it might be a Foxx problem.
There's no problems with me. Anyway, yes, I've been working on. I don't know if you'll see it now. It looks fine at my end. I've been working on the Cesabe. I've finished all the decals. I've been touching in the big dragon decal on that, and I've been doing lots of first stage chipping. So I've got basically a dark red colour with a slightly darker red chip colour, which sounds really weird, but it's to give it more of a texture. So you've got a sort of a red coloured bodywork, and then a slightly darker chip colour, and then I'll be doing more lighter colour chips over the top. It just gives it a nice textural variation, which will vanish when I put a matte coat on, and I kind of realised that after I spent a whole day doing the chipping. So
Yeah.
all jolly good.
Well, cool. As for me, I've been doing a bit of painting this week. I've been on with a digger. I've given the digger a coat of German grey. Can't quite see it in the light here. I've given it a coat of German grey. And then I drove past a building site the other day and noticed, oh, there's a Hitachi digger. And I noticed they're not German grey at all, but they're black. So, yeah, I might adjust the colours.
I just thought you said a Hittite digger, and I'm like, wait, is this biblical tractors or?
biblical digging. So I give that a coat of spray while I had the airbrush out, and then I went on and painted my little man figure here. Can you see me at the bottom?
A bit, Ted.
Yeah,
There he is. Yeah, there he is. My head on a stick. It's just a practice head that I've been doing some flesh tones on. And I must admit, it has come out quite well. So I shall progress and do my desert rat in due course. So that's what I've been doing. So yeah, what's everybody else been doing? And while they're telling us what's on the belly and what's in the bench, over to Colin for fact of the week.
Yes,
Of the week.
Fester's factoid of the week. On this very day in 1477, William Caxton produced the first book in England, Saying of the Philosophers. A few years earlier in Europe, he had learned the art of printing in Cologne. There you go.
Is that the first printing press book? Wasn't
First
it?
printing of a book.
Yes.
Did he have lots of them little rubber letters that he had to put on a sticky pad backwards? And
Exactly. It's like, I didn't think it was that long ago, to be quite honest with you. So even I was impressed with that factoid, mate.
yeah. Did he go out and buy a jumbled printing press?
Yeah, I mean, in the next 15-year period, he produced and printed over 107 works, including 74 specific books.
The thing is, it was only him that could read.
Yeah.
I've decided this font. Yeah, imagine if he, because Gutenberg invented the printing press, but imagine if you invented the printing press, but the only font you made was Comic Sans Serif. Everybody'd hate it.
Yeah.
Could be worse.
Do you think it was in Times New Roman?
It could be Wingdings.
Wingdings.
I go, yeah, I know a bloke who can send you some fonts.
I've not done my bit yet. That we do right at the start. Yeah,
I know.
I know.
Yes. Now we'll go over to Foxx for the terms and conditions.
Yes, everything is bigger in the mirror than you think it is. Sell your wife. Something about the mortgage. I don't know. There you go. Done. Tick the box. Make the drink. I don't know. Yes, this is your show. Don't forget, if you're watching this, and I don't know where the chat is now because I've not got the control screen, so I'm going to guess it's there. Is that right?
Lift a bit more. A little bit more. You just about. Oh, you've gone through it. Now you've broken it.
Because I've got to remember it's on the wrong side, so it's over there. If you want to join in the live chat, because this is your show, we're just 3 guys in the background, 4 guys in the background waffling away. Quick correction. But yes, it's all about you guys having chat. If you want to ask us questions, you can do so in the chat. If you can't access the chat, it's there. If you can't access it, do typey. If you're watching us, say, embedded on the eModels page or somewhere else, you need to watch us on YouTube. So hit the YouTube icon that's down at the bottom right-hand corner of the player, which is probably over here somewhere. Hit the YouTube button. That will take to the YouTube page where you can see the live chat. If you're on a mobile device, you might want to scroll up because it might be underneath the video itself where you can join in the live chat. And you want to join in the live chat because we'll probably interact with you anyway. If you want to get our attention, put your question in big, fat, capital letters, or bold, as Ted likes to call it. You can, if you want to, do a super chat, which is a little dollar symbol at the bottom of the chat window. That puts it in a coloured box and we can't possibly miss it. Or if you want to, you can send us an email to ted@emodels.co.uk. It's up there, I think. You can send us an email. We may be able to answer that live on the telly while we're talking and doing a show, but not guaranteed. So if you can do a super chat or put your comment or question in big, fat, capital letters.
Or you can send us a postcard or on the back of a sealed down envelope to ted@emodels.co.uk.
And don't forget, if you have any complaints at all, they need to go to helgan35@geocities.com.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the complaints department.
Oh, yeah. Yes. Edward Leonard says, Fox is losing all his jobs. They're secretly phasing him out. No. Chris is learning how to do the button pressing, so that if I'm ever not here, he can do it.
Does he have a TED button, by the way?
What, like this one?
Slap it on.
Yeah, I think the answer to that question is yeah.
I couldn't possibly take the job unless it came with a TED button.
Yeah. TED button is supplied as per the contract.
Yeah.
That's why he upgraded his Stream Deck so that he could have a TED button.
It's right. I'm hassling Pete, mate, to when he does the new mugs to not only have our cartoons but also have a TED button on each mug.
That's a good shout.
Yeah, I think we should start selling sound chips with TED on them. Yeah.
Would you like
Every
a
time you
copy,
pick
dear?
your mug up.
Slap it on.
I can remember the first time I did it in one of my videos. My boy was like, "Who's that man who keeps doing that strange voice?" That's Professor Ted. That is.
Anders Ericsson says, "Why is Chris partly hidden by the chat?"
Am I?
I don't
Oh,
know.
you mean Do you mean my little picture down the bottom? Because that's just where the little picture is down the
yeah.
bottom. When I'm big screen like this, then
Chris.
I'm not. Then the chat is which side? It's that side, isn't it?
For you, it's
The chat's just there.
side, I think.
The chat's there, and the other writing's up there, is it?
I don't know.
Or down there, or
down when you're doing that.
there is writing available on all sides of the screen, and if you'd like to make sure you've got your headphones on and your exits are available to the left and the right and up and down.
No, and in the event of emergency, oxygen will drop down from the ceiling.
No, we didn't get the oxygen add-on.
In the event of Ted singing, sedatives will drop down from the ceiling.
Let's go back through the chat and have a look, see who's in tonight. And then we'll do a bit of bench and belly. Right, so who's in tonight then, Chris?
I was going to say, it sounded like you were going to do it yourself, but you know.
I was thinking then.
Oh no! I don't think anybody else's job.
Okay, I shall.
I've
I
never
shall.
heard someone backpedal quite so violently before. No.
I shall attempt to lock it on myself and bring up the chat at the same time. How's that for
This can
multitasking?
only go one or two
Oh,
ways.
I'm impressed. You've
We'll
got all
see what
technical
happens.
this week, ain't you, mate?
Right, in the chat this week we have Sergeant Bones singing "I've Got a Lovely Bunch of Coconuts." I don't know why he's singing that, but he definitely was singing that.
in the style of the nightclub singer.
I think it's more like the cruise ship. That's how I yeah. Natalie Williamson is here as well, as is Frogspawn. Dave Cardboard. Sergeant Bones, they were just having fun amongst themselves. Osric's Bout. One of your mods, Dad, is in. Another one of your mods, Festa67's Workshop, is in the chat.
Again.
There was a look there.
I expect he's not in the chat anymore.
Did you
Feel
feel
in the chat. I've been a good boy this week.
Did you feel that steely glare on your
I did. I've already been told off once. Yeah. and then Chris went in the chat. It's like, hold on a minute.
Well, that was before we... Oh, no, anyway, Lewis Williamson is here. Frogspawn has already said. 100% Bob is in this week. Sergeant Bones still there. Eric Graham's in. Let's go through. We haven't actually gone live yet. This is all the pre-show. See, everybody gets in really early now.
Well, that's why I'm keeping up with you, because I'm on top chat, because I haven't changed
Top
my
chat.
Top chat.
Ben?
And Glue is here. The Gross Models is in, but he's not in for very long because he's doing the live stuff on the telly. Michael Jackman, Zadster, Cynical Steve, Morgan Gaming. I don't recognise that one, so welcome.
Welcome.
I mean, welcome to the ones that I recognise as well, obviously. But, you know, a special welcome to the newbies.
Yeah, we love you all.
Philip Prime, Paul DeTomasso's in. Paul Horner's in. Phil Lewis. Model Making Guru is in chat as well.
You want to ignore it.
Idiot. Have we gone live then or not?
No, that was before still, I think. I think we can tell when we go live because we get a count in. Someone counted us in.
That was Anders.
Graham's in. Foxx, who's next?
Skullfield.
Thank you very much. Gemma's in. So she's downstairs. Hello. Hi. Wayne Hayward, so that's I've already said. Anders is in. Matt Bradford, Simon Payne, Andrew Preston, Swiggin Pig, AJ, Ken Tutt. Anders was counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then Stephen Hill Harris says, hello, everyone.
That's where I went wrong, you see, because there's a 20-second delay or something like that in there. So I was going off his countdown.
Well, you shouldn't go off the public. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yes.
Ken Starrick is in. Morning all from Australia, he says. So, good day, good morning.
Good day. Yeah, good morning.
Simon Payne, Michael James, Dan One, another name I haven't seen in there. Mark Scopes, Kitchen Table Modeler. Donald McKenzie, Michael Jackman, I've already said. Simon Payne, Ashley Sparrowhawk. Fox is the right way again, he says.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
To be a reverse of that comment, Cynical Steve says that the Edal Benab is a beast of a kit, Chris.
Yeah, I'm expecting it's going to be great fun trying to build it backwards.
In fact, you finished it. You built it backwards and finished it.
Exactly, I've already put it back in the box.
Yeah.
Nevbo is in, another mod.
Hey, dude. Nevbo is one of your fellow eModels video builders.
Indeed so. Lord Barkley, Mark Scopes, still dead. Anders Osric. I don't think there's any new names. Oh, Spruglu Alex here. I haven't seen him for a while.
Danny Heron. I think that's a new name.
Yeah, welcome, Danny.
Is there? Right.
Welcome, my friend.
Monkey 55500.
Danny Herring.
I'm on the last page now. Look, I'm getting there.
He says he's just about to depart to work. It's a bit hard to watch live, but always watch the later round. So welcome. Glad you could join us, even for a bit.
Spiddy Q8's here. Robert. George Taylor, I think I already said. And that's it. The last comment is Lord Barkley III saying, just finishing my plague burst crawler, had homemade chicken curry and finished some homemade cheesecake.
Nice. Good segue there, Chris. That's impressive, mate.
Yes, we have bench and bellies, don't we?
Yeah, but I've just jumped to the end of it, so we'll have to go back and find the beginning bit.
I'll go back. I'll go over to the live chat now. Then I mean, keep up.
Yeah, I've got kitchen table modeler in the belly, homemade meatball in spaghetti sauce with pasta, and on the bench, an Edward PE Bombay for a Revell 132 HE111. That's the Heinkel, isn't it?
Where are we? I've lost the thread of where we are now. I looked for that big long comment.
I just found that one. Danny Heron says, great work, guys. My modelling heroes. Ted, Chris, Foxx, Colin, and of course, Red, the modelling chicken. I thought it was brown.
Oh, cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's brown. Yeah.
I've got no idea where we are in the chat now.
Yeah, I found it. Yeah, I just actually found it. Yeah. So, thanks very much for that, Danny. I'll send the cash across next week.
Yeah.
Sprugler, three blokes, Chris and the T-boy. So it's a T-boy.
Yeah, no, I'm in charge this week. You've got to be nice to me, or I might accidentally kick him out and make him mute and stuff. So
Every time you're upsetting me, presses the Ted button.
what? The Ted button that goes like that.
Slap it on.
Slap it on. Phil Lewis, I'm up to the chat. Phil Lewis, belly chicken sandwich with sliced cold roast potatoes and Polish mayo, followed by Korean death noodles. Ooh, living dangerously tonight. Bench.
Yes,
Tweaking the 1118th Diag X-Wing R2 unit.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
You know all about that, don't you, Ted?
I know Ted knows all about that.
I know all about that.
Yes. I've caught up now. Natalie Williamson says, belly doner kebab with the salad. Good girl. The salad is just to make it look nice. The bench is empty till Lewis gets home so I can airbrush hull and deck on my RNLI 7 class lifeboat.
Nice.
Which was is that the one that there was one? Did Lewis win that one? Is that the one that Lewis won? Did Lewis win it?
I don't think so. I think this is one that she bought.
Completely.
I don't know.
Can't remember. Just going back to that belly doner kebab with a salad. Do you find that when you get your Indian takeaway, they send a little bag of salad? And
not in a doner kebab. If you have a curry, they do.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, with the Indian takeaway, they always send you a curry with a salad in a plastic bag. Does anybody ever eat that salad?
I do, because one of my local curry houses does a chicken chat starter, which is great because you get the chicken chat and you get the salad. Drizzle the lemon on it, throw that away, and then eat the rest with your face. Like
Chicken chat.
Chicken chat. It's like it's ground up chicken in a special sauce.
Is it not like live chat?
Yeah,
But with chicken.
Is it a special after hours edition of chickens getting together and having a chat?
It
Sounds like an Oldham thing, Chris, doesn't it, mate?
It does.
Specialist chat service.
Yeah, I must admit, when I come down in the morning, sometimes there's a few feathers lying about the desk, and I'll just
Look at me.
Yeah.
Cynical Steve says, belly with spicy meatballs with tagliatelle. Bench, I've been inappropriately touching a broken Star Wars toy with bottles and kit parts.
Oh dear.
Remember that Steve is the one who makes spaceships out of just garbage, and they always look fantastic. If you have like 120 shampoo bottles, do let us know. We'll get you two in touch, and you can send them all.
Absolutely.
Send all your shampoo bottles to cynicalsteve@gfcities.com.
Yeah, I reckon Cynical Steve was props. He used to work for Blue Peter. Yeah. The back row. Yeah. That's it. That's where all the ideas come from.
Who's next?
Simon Payne says, belly today is leftovers from opening party. So sandwiches, sausage rolls, mini things, and cake. Bench is putting LEDs in my 124th Mozzie.
Ooh, mini things. I don't know what mini things are, but I need to eat them.
Yeah, party food's always good. Leftover party food, isn't it? Always good.
Anders Ericsson's back on a diet Monday, so it's salad and fruit again. And on the bench, he's wearing the interior of a 1/16 Panzer IV.
That's going to take him all the time in the world.
Yeah, then you put the top on, and nobody will ever see it. So don't bother. Just bypass that bit.
You might be doing a cutaway. You might have it with the turret off. You never know. You
Yeah.
might display it with the off so you can see it.
Yeah, I've got one of the cutaways just up there, the Ryefield one, and it's like,
Yeah. So you could display yours with the turret off, Ted, but then you'd have to take up half the shelf in eModels, and then they'd be like, where can all these other things go? So
Yeah, there'll be nowhere for the submarine. Yeah, I've got one of those Ryefield models. I was giving it by.
I've got one there, and I need to give it to Tony.
Yeah. Oh, is that where it's going? It's not going back, is it?
Yes, if people remember, I got that to do as my next eModels build, the Panther Als G, the Ryefield one. And then I decided to do the big Perfect Grey Millennium Falcon, which I'll be starting hopefully soon. And I was going to take it back to eModels, and they went, no, you can't give it back. So I'm like, oh, don't want to do it now. So I'm actually going to give it to Tony, who's one of your eModels builders you've not heard from for a while, because he's been away and busy and stuff. So he is coming back, don't worry. So I'll be dropping it off at Tony's house. And he lives near me, so he's got no choice.
Yeah, I just wondered what sort of brainstorm you had to actually ask for a tank.
I want to know the size of this bribe that took place.
He got sort of bullied into it a little bit.
Yeah, well, there's large quantities of Jaffa cakes involved or something.
It wasn't that. It was we were in the store and there was absolutely nothing because I had to pick up the next one. There was nothing tickling my fancy at all, and it was that or an Israeli bulldozer thing. And somebody said, that's the hardest thing I've ever built, the bulldozer thing. So I went for that instead. And then I opened it up when I got home and went, oh, dear Lord, what have I done?
We do have an answer from the lifeboat thing because Stephen Hill Harris asked Natalie, how is the lifeboat kit? I just got mine that I won from eModels.
Oh, there you go then.
Right. There we go then.
Where are we up to? Simon Payne says, Belly today is left. Oh, we've done that one. I've lost. Oh, there we go. Sprue and Glue says, Belly homemade cottage pie, bench Knight Rider's Goliath truck. Wow.
Oh, cool.
Back.
Knight Riders.
Knight Rider.
Kit.
Yeah. Michael. Philip Prime says, Belly back to cottage pie and beats. Everybody's doing cottage pie on Monday. Even Mama Fox does. Oh, by the way, Mama Fox isn't watching tonight. She says, I won't be watching you now because I'm not a celebrity, get me a career. So we're dumped. She's watching that rubbish now. So there's no point saying hello to Mama Fox because she doesn't care anymore.
My wife watches that celebrity thing, but she's also watching us as well because she just texted me to say that you were all out of focus earlier.
But Mama Fox has got the big telly with the Xbox. It's either us or Celebrity Drivel. So she's watching Celebrity Drivel.
Can she not multitask? Get two screens.
I'm going to say can't you pass down the iPad or something?
I could bet she could barely figure out Amazon Prime. How many?
So you can't explain to Mama Fox about picture in picture then.
No. Actually, it should be quite good because I've just explained to her how to use Amazon Prime today. Because she's on Xbox Live and she's twinned with my account, so she gets access to my Amazon Prime. And I've talked to her before in the past. She's there watching that particular episode of Murder, She Wrote for the 138th time. Yeah. Or that particular episode of Poirot or something. And I'm like, I've got like a billion-ty things you can watch on Amazon Prime. Just go and watch. She's like, yeah, I must do that. I've set her up today. Yeah. Got no extra. I've set her up with Bones, House, Downton Abbey, The Man in the High Castle. She's got a load of other series that I've set up.
SG1?
I might do that.
You're saving that one.
Star Trek, TOS?
Yes.
No, she wouldn't do Star Trek. What was I talking about anyway? I've got no idea now.
I don't remember.
Mama Fox, Amazon Prime, and Deserting Us for Jungles.
Before that, no idea what was going with that before that. Never mind. Moving on. It was probably not important.
Anyway, moving on, we've got George Taylor. Billy, a simple bowl of Kellogg's Raisin Bran. Binge, bounce between Wingnuts Eindecker and Tamiya 148 P38.
Oh, interesting.
Sometimes a bowl of cereal for your tea is actually quite nice if you're not that hungry.
Two models on the go at the same time. Yeah, I tried that. I can never get sometimes. Natalie Williams answering about the lifeboat. So she said it's all right. She's a novice, so struggling a bit with the fit, but Lewis seems to manage it when he sorts it very well.
Don't worry, Natalie. It's a Revell kit. Everybody struggles with the fit. Don't worry.
Yeah, everybody's a novice with Revell.
Yeah.
Where are we at?
Lord Bartley III said, just finishing my Plague Burst crawler. Had homemade chicken curry and just finished homemade cheesecake. Oh, yes. Oddly, I also had curry and cheesecake, but not homemade. It's very strange. I had exactly the same kind of dinner.
We went out for tea last night. Maybe it's still in the belly, but not tonight's belly. We went out for tea last night, and the wife said, "Should we just go? Should we go out?" That's the thing about women. Should we go out for tea? Yeah. Where do you want to go? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't mind. How about this? No, I don't fancy that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to refresh for a little second, guys. Hang on.
Wayne Haywood is in belly, homemade mac and cheese with bacon.
Oh,
And on the bench is painting a Meng Xmas Sherman.
yes, that's the one with the little Santa Claus.
Mhm.
Edward Leonard says, nothing in the belly yet. A Vex Machinator Archlord Discordant on the bench, and I'm beginning to hate Retributor Armor. Retributor Armor's a beautiful colour. It's beautiful. Retributor Armor, Reichland Flesh Shade, go back with some Liberator Gold, and then a very edge highlight of Stormhost Silver. Beautiful.
Wayne Hayward's belly, homemade mac and cheese with bacon on the bench, painting the Meng Christmas Sherman.
Chris,
There's an echo. Yeah, there's an echo in here.
we just did that one.
No, you didn't. I wasn't listening, so it didn't happen. There was a different one you just did. What was the one you just did then?
The one I just did was I did Edward, but then Wayne
You're
was
talking
doing
about
Wayne.
Retributor Armor.
Colin.
I did
That's
Wayne,
why.
I
Yeah.
did Wayne Heyman.
It's Colin's
Haywood.
fault for doing it out of order then.
Andrew Preston has got sausage, chips, and beans, and has been trying out his new H&S Infinity CR Plus airbrush.
Oh yeah.
Good airbrush, mate.
How have you found it, buddy? How's you found that airbrush? Ted, you know about Harder and Steam Bet.
Yeah, brilliant.
Yeah.
Spot on. Yeah, can't fault them at all.
Yeah.
If it ever goes wrong, it's probably because it's dirty. Yeah, that's.
So somebody once sent me an H&S airbrush to. It was a retailer. I won't mention the name. Retailer sent me it because they sold it to someone who sent it back saying it didn't work and they wanted me to check it. And I was like, la 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 la, psh, works perfectly. Your customer's an idiot. But I've got to tell you, it was really nice.
Yeah.
And it wasn't eModels, by the way. It was a different retailer. That's why I'm not mentioning it.
Yeah, I'm glad I got one.
Yeah. I might get one eventually, but I do love my Neo so much, and I need it. I can't do without a trigger. H&S don't do the trigger things.
I
do they?
ummed and ahed about it. I mean, I've got some of the pistol ones, you know,
Yeah.
TRNs and that, but yeah, I'm glad I pulled the pin on that. I must admit, it's a nice
I mean,
airbrush.
if they ever do a trigger one, I'll be up for that straight away.
Yeah.
But I can't do the buttons, so I'm limited to what I can use.
I've got the Evolution 2, because it came with two needles.
Right, yeah.
0.4 and a 0.2.
Is that why they call it the Evo 2?
Yeah, there could
Is that one needle and another needle?
There could be a clue in the name. Yeah,
Not 4 candles.
Yeah, I've just gone down to the 0.4, the 0.2 needle, just to do some close-up work.
Do you know what it connects it to the compressor with?
O's.
Yeah. I've got some new O's as well.
Is that your new O's?
That's my new O's.
Your O's that Dad sent you.
Letter O's.
The new O's from Dad. That's very
No,
good.
Mon Repose. O's.
O's. New O's.
Robert says that Susie is slowly working on the next compartment of the 148th U-boat, a massive amount of details everywhere, but doesn't say what's in the belly. Epic fail. You missed out half the comment there. We need the rest of it. We need the belly part.
Yeah, I think if you're building a section of the U-boat, you can't have anything in your belly. You need all the concentration.
Osric 9000 has just gone up in my estimations. He's eaten a whole strawberry trifle and may burst a bit later. Good man. I salute you.
There certainly will be consequences, but it's definitely worth it.
I've just got a head filled of a video with Tony. Just going back to Tony, our eModels builder, when he had a trifle once. Yeah,
I've just remembered it.
What?
I can't remember what it was, but basically, you know, like for those that don't know, there's all those eModels builders. There's like us guys, and there's Nev, Bear, and Simon. But there's also Tony, who you haven't seen for a while because he's just been tired of work in real life. Yeah. But he used to send us silly little things every now and then. And one day, he just, for no reason at all, did he send it to us on email or in a chat?
I think it was his birthday or something. Wasn't
I think it was in the chat, wasn't it?
Yeah, and he just sent this little 20-second video, and he's there, and he's sat there with this bowl of trifle, and he's like a proper, he's like taking the lid off, and he goes, and just puts his and starts and looks up like that, and he's like,
totally random, wasn't it, and unexpected, but yeah.
I thought you were going to say he sent you a trifle through email.
It wouldn't put it past him.
But that's the way to eat trifle.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Danny Heron says, okay then, Brownie the model chicken. Wow, jeez.
Speaking of that, Graham Roberts said he had teriyaki chicken.
Teriyaki chicken.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've just covered the chicken's ears.
Timber had homemade Thai curry and is working on a Tamiya Ferrari F1 2000. Could really do with a spare decal sheet, has messed one up. Give the guys at eModels a shout. They might be able to get hold of one for you, possibly. They are the UK's largest Tamiya stockists, so you never know. They might be able to get one for you. Give them a shout. Give them a tinkle or an email. Anders Ericsson's working on the RFM Panther with clear turret and deck in the stash. Like that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm not building that. I ain't building that. Let's have a look.
Donald McKenzie says, sorry, I was airbrushing and watching. Belly, cheesy beans on toast, and Belly, the Halo Pelican. I think he meant bench, but
Yeah. Cheesy beans.
Danny Heron saying, by the way, he's got fish and chips on the way.
Ooh, yes.
Right.
He does say as well, he's only ending his day at work, listen to you guys this afternoon, or is for a great lot of fun and good night.
good night.
Yeah,
Good
thanks for
night,
coming in,
mate.
everybody. Also, enjoy your fish and chips. Fish and chips rock, he says.
Yeah. Happy days.
Yeah.
I've just lost all the chat again.
Simon Payne says, should you bring out I'm an e-modeler, get me out of here?
I'm an e-modeler. Get me out of here. I hate that kind of television, though. Just phone in nonsense. This is why I don't watch TV anymore. I watch iPlayer,
it's
streaming services.
it's elevator TV, isn't it? It's like, yeah.
There is absolutely no program on ITV at all worth watching. Nothing whatsoever. I refuse to watch it.
Yeah, they only involve a phone number and your call may be charged, but not count.
Yes. Frog Spawn says, The Man in the High Castle, amazing. It is. You should watch it. It's great.
Yeah.
Stuart Hislop says, is Chris hiding tonight? Not really. Just that I've got to click a button to make me come up, and it's much more fun for you to watch them than me. So
Yeah, Chris is all technical tonight. He's got the studio and buttons.
Yeah. Whoever does the buttons, because the way Hangouts work, the camera doesn't go to them. So, like when I'm doing the buttons, if I'm talking, you'll always see me look down like that because I have to literally click on myself to let you see me. So Chris is doing the same. He has to physically look down and go click, so the camera switches to him. So it's a bit of a chore, but yes.
Yeah, there's a comment there from George Taylor. He says, I'm in the US. What's this tea that you guys talk about?
oh,
Do you actually have tea at this time?
He doesn't mean the drink. He means the blurb on Facebook said it's
We have tea. We have that any time and all the time. Yeah,
But-
unless you drink coffee.
But he's referring to the Facebook post that says you've had your tea and you've had a brew. When we say tea like that, it means dinner.
Yeah.
Because if you're a northerner like me and Ted, if you have your tea, apart from it being a drink, you've also got tea, which is dinner. So on the Facebook post where it says you've had your tea, you can have a brew. That means you've had your dinner.
Yeah, you have your dinner.
when you say dinner, do you mean supper?
No, supper's in the evening late on.
Dinner you have about 12 o'clock.
No, dinner and tea are interchangeable.
Yeah, supper's midday, isn't it? Tea's in the evening.
No,
Supper's the evening, dinner's midday, because that's when you get dinner ladies.
no, supper's in the morning, breakfast in the evening, and tea is out on the golf course. Where I am, if you say what's for tea, it means what's for dinner. So dinner and tea, so like 6, 7 o'clock at night is your dinner time. It's tea time. Same thing.
George Taylor, are you still confused?
Yeah, good. Now we'll explain about
we all even we can't agree on tea.
now we'll explain about pre-decimal currency in Britain.
Feet and inches. Yeah.
I once tried to learn the pre-decimal currency, the British, and I do not get this. I did not get it.
Oh, the old pound, shillings, and pence.
Yeah, it made no sense whatsoever. Ever.
That's 12 shillings and sixpence, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right.
Right.
Stephen Hill Harris does explain. Depends where in Limey land you are. For some, it's dinner. Others, tea or supper. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But tea also means a cup of tea, which tea time can be dinner time or time for a cup of tea.
Yeah, but you can have afternoon tea.
Yeah, but that's just tea, as in the drink tea.
But when's high tea then?
That's late afternoon. No, that's noon, isn't it? High tea.
Yeah, that's your afternoon tea.
Yeah. But tea can, but that's tea as in the drink.
That's when you get scones and sandwiches.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's cream tea.
Pins and cucumber sandwiches, isn't it?
Yeah. I say.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And the vicar comes round.
I've just noticed everyone saying happy birthday to Ickle Pete.
Yes, I was about to read a comment where he very subtly says, "Evening all a bit late, been for my birthday tea." To get on the
Happy
tea thing.
days, happy birthday, Pete.
Yeah. Do we have to sing
Happy
happy birthday
birthday.
to him? I think we do.
Yeah,
We ready?
yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ickle Pete. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Download for that tune is available at Helgam35 GOCs.
And hopefully no one will ever tell us it's their birthday ever again after that.
You do realise that is now going to be someone's meme.
Oh yeah. It'll be the world's longest GIF.
Perhaps
It won't work without audio at all.
Yeah.
In fact, what we should do is just like when the show is finished, I'll download it, I'll do a button.
Yeah, you got to do the birthday button, didn't you?
We can just sit back and relax for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, can we lip sync it?
Yeah. James Chapman says, how come everyone's looking a bit pixely tonight? Chris is doing the buttons, but it may just be a settings different on his end to how I have it normally.
Yeah, they do seem to be drifting. I'm looking lovely, as you can tell. But
did
everyone
you-
else is a little bit rough. But
Yeah. Did you set your bit rate to 5,000?
it's yes, I set that to whatever you told me to set it to.
Okay.
Yes.
It could be just it's different broadband, different setup.
You seem to be coming up and going down and fading in and out on occasion. So
Like that.
That's probably
Just
what
like
happened to my computer at the start. It's your computer sucking all the energy out of it.
Yeah.
see, I told you I'd get the blame for it. I said when Ted comes back, I'm going to get the blame for that because I got the
You
buttons.
know what it is, Chris? It's our southern broadband isn't as good as northern broadband.
Yeah, because yours is like Ponzi with a little bit of fruit sticking at the top, and ours is just made from like cast iron.
Yeah,
ours
there's
is- ours
like
is hard.
Kingdom Brunel's old railway lines welded together, innit? Ours is namby-pamby.
Yours is just namby-pamby with a bit of fruit sticking out, and you know what I mean?
They've got that new fandangled technological stuff down there, isn't they?
You've still got mobile phones that are that big down there, down south, you know.
Absolutely, because the gap between your ear and mouth is always going to be that big, isn't it?
Yeah. Did any of you guys watch BoJack Horseman?
Oh,
No.
Never heard of it.
I'll then kill that whole conversation dead right now. Moving on. it was a phone comment, but never mind. Moving on.
Yeah, we did get in trouble for the singing.
Did we?
Anders says, "Wait, I've got to record this." Ickle Pete says, "No, stop it." Zadster says, "Regretting it yet, Pete." Spruglu says, "Still the worst boy band in history."
I think Harry Styles is quietly out there getting a bit nervous because we're going to be challenging him for his crown.
Edward says, "Had to turn that down," and George Taylor says, "Shush, stop the singing. You're going to wake the baby."
Yeah, but the worst thing is we're not a boy band. We're like a K-pop Taiwanese teenage girl band. That makes it even worse.
Cynical Steve might.
Waiting for Simon Cowell to send me a message.
Cynical Steve might be the closest. He says the eModels Barbershop Quartet show why they aren't ready for live gigs quite yet.
Yeah. I don't know where we are. Oh, there you go. You're going to wake the baby.
Yeah, the barber quartet with two of us sitting here unshaven. It's like,
Robert says to Cynical Steve, Kiwis can't function till we have first and second breakfast. I think they're still talking about tea and breakfast and stuff.
No, well, that's breakfast and 11s is over here, isn't it?
Yes. Stuart Hislop says, "Oh, Chris, what's that big Warhammer box behind you?"
Oh,
Which you'll have to show in reverse, unfortunately.
That's they don't make it like that. This is a special mirrored version. It's a Baneblade. Apparently, it's a big tank. I think.
Yeah, show him, Chris. You may as well heft it up.
It's
I know it's reversed, but you may as well.
Yeah, well, when you take the screws out, if you turn the screws...
Can you actually lift it with one hand?
It's like that. It's big.
oh, it's a tank.
Yeah, it's
It's
Baneblade.
full of stuff. Yeah, it's a big tank.
Yeah, strong tank.
Fester's knowledge of Warhammer's reared its ugly head there. It's a big boomstick then.
It's a MBT, massive big tank.
Massive big tank.
Yeah.
Big tank.
Now, don't forget, eModels do now stock Games Workshop. There's a Games Workshop option on the menu, There's tons of stuff in stock. There's not everything in stock yet. They're still getting stuff coming in, but everything's live now. They'd rather just get it live and get everything out available to be bought, to purchased. So they're still getting stock coming in. So not everything's on there. I don't think yet there's a Baneblade on there, but you never know. Keep checking it. There may be a Baneblade on there at some point.
Why do I feel you're going to set me up at some point to do a Warhammer eModels build? I just know it's coming.
If there's a Baneblade eModels build, I'll be doing it.
Yeah, like, oh no.
Would you really though, Foxx? Would you really want to? Because I know you'd love to build it, but then you have to do the whole giving it back.
Trust me, if there's any eModels Games Workshop builds to be done, you'll be fighting me off. You'll be fighting me off.
But we remember the Eagle build and your
we still
hesitation in
remember,
returning it.
We remember you touching the cabinet at eModels and making whimpering noises because your Eagle was in there.
I know, but yeah.
Imagine it if you went there and there's a Baneblade in there.
Oh, let me talk to you. I've got my own Baneblade though.
I think that Foxx has already built a Baneblade and he's filmed it. He's just waiting for the opportunity for eModels to get them in and then release it.
I think Pete mate needs to make a decree that Foxx is the only eModels builder not allowed to build a Warhammer.
I like building tanks. Oh,
I can imagine him now on Skype going, I like this guy, yeah.
I'll be like the only official aircraft builder. No!
Yeah, it'll be, no, you can't go down that aisle, Foxx. You're not allowed.
No Fox's sign.
Yeah.
No, you're cruel. You're cruel people, you are.
They're still going on about breakfast and everything over there.
Just set them off on one, haven't they?
It's first brekkie, second brekkie. 11s is brunch, lunch, high tea, afternoon tea, dinner, supper, midnight feast, and any number of stacks between. That's
I mean,
yeah.
You know, you've got 11s as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
You've got your late night sort of fridge raid.
He doesn't mention any kind of snackage, so.
Yeah, but in between brekkie and 11s is brew time. Yeah.
I mean, I take it we all have a sustenance stash hidden in the man cave that we don't tell our partners about.
I just have McDonald's 24 hours and Tesco 24 hours. That'll do me.
George Taylor says, Chris is the only one clear today. I think he's intentionally blurring us out to take control of the show.
I think Spidey's throwing down the gauntlet here, Foxx, but he says the Eagle is just a pile of scaffolding.
And in response, I would just say motorbikes are just half cars.
Oh,
there you go. Fight.
Yeah.
It's fight time. Fight time.
Fight.
Yeah, Spidey's sitting there now going, oh, like that now, is it?
Those fighting words, them's are.
The tea and coffee debate will be starting next. I know it will.
No, because Spid likes coffee and I like coffee. So.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Right. Oh, dear.
I only drink tea tactically.
Yeah.
Like when I've got to do work with a craft knife, but I don't want to have drunk 2 litres of coffee for obvious reasons. Yeah. It's not good. So.
Timber has a question for Colin. He says, has anyone tried making their own decals? Just a thought as a backup plan.
I make my own decals continually. There is a tutorial on my channel if you want to have a quick looky-loo. But yeah, I'm always making my own decals, mate. Chuck me a PM and I'll go into detail with you if that's what you're after, mate. Or if you need some printed, let me know and I'll print them.
Yeah.
Cool. Good. Right. Yeah.
For a small fee, of course.
Yeah. The conversation now is turning around to tea and coffee.
We only have to mention something, and the chat just goes, I love this.
Yeah. Yeah, but now, as I mentioned the other week, we now have coffee bags, don't we? Real coffee.
Aye?
In T-shaped bags.
That seems like nonsense.
See, I don't drink coffee. This is where Foxx now just goes, don't even look at me. But no,
Yeah,
I don't drink coffee.
You're lucky he hasn't got control of the buttons or he'd have kicked you out already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not a coffee snob in that I drink instant coffee, so.
That's how you know when you're in a Londoner's house, because there's never a cold kettle.
Yeah.
I have a Burko in the kitchen. You just walk up and there it is.
I was talking to Mama Foxx about getting one of the big sort of boiler things, you know.
Yeah.
Because it's easier than boiling the kettle all the time. It's like coffee.
Yeah, it's there on the time, and it's plumbed into the mains. It's got a float in it and everything. It's like, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, well, you
I
can
won't lie.
get magic taps now, can't you? That you have instant boiling water or cold water.
Oh, the instant hot water magic taps. I love that.
Magic tap.
I love your terminology.
only from JML. Magic
Yeah.
taps.
You turn the top and water comes out.
You can
Bam!
imagine Ted now as Professor Skipperton with the old white coat on, and I'm now going to show you the magic tap. Oh, I love him.
That's magic.
It
Yeah.
is.
All you do is boil a kettle, you pour it into this container at the side of the tap, and then you've got instant hot water.
Yeah.
That's how I believe it
Gemma's
works.
saying coffee is disgusting. Good
Mm.
That's
girl.
not correct. That's not.
Good girl.
I'm not a tea drinker. I mean, don't forget, I'm not a tea. I'm a coffee drinker, but I only drink one kind of tea, and that's Barry's tea, because all the other teas are rubbish.
One day
Yeah.
Barry's going to want it back.
Yeah, probably.
PG tips, mate. It's just like, yeah.
But the best thing is, like Mama Fox, when because she orders like big box of like 600 tea bags, just like big bulk boxes.
Yeah.
They come from Ireland, so every time she orders one, they send it, and it's always gift wrapped in like Barry's Christmas paper.
Yeah.
No matter what time of year, so they don't just stick it in a box. They gift wrap it properly, really carefully.
My wife has that despondent look on her face when she gets my sort of macros-sized tea bag box out. You know. I bought you some tea bags. Cheers, love.
Macro, is macro still a thing?
Yeah, it's like book a cash and carry. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stuart Hislop says, "Sorry, what have I missed? I was making a mug of strong tea."
Yeah.
Oh, good man.
Sprue Glue says, "I'm an English."
Tea bag in, mate. Leave the tea bag in for it bobbing. Builder's tea.
Sprue Glue says, "I'm an Englishman who hates tea." There, I said it. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm an Englishman who hates tea, apart from one Irish tea brand, so that's even worse.
Yeah.
A model type question: what compressor would I recommend? Yeah. Well, I've got the Sparmax. I can't go wrong
Anything
with-
like a tank.
Yeah, I've got a tank. A tank.
Mm.
Not tank fed, but a compressor with a tank on that will feed your airbrush.
Yeah. It's whatever your budget will stretch to, you know. Ping eModels a call or whatever and have a word with them. But whatever you can stretch to. But yeah, a tank, have a chat with them. I'm sure one of them will help you out.
If it's something you're going to use very, very, very rarely, you can go for a tankless one. If you're only going to use it like a little bit and very, very occasionally. But if you're going to be using it a lot, like working on big models or models where you'll have a lot of airbrushing to do, or you're going to be using it for like half an hour, 45 minutes, or for a whole day spread out, things. If you're going to have a lot of airbrushing to do, then you really want to get on with the tank.
You might need to
Fox,
refresh
you're
more.
going very, very pixely and actually a bit freeze-framey on that. So
Am I?
Yeah.
I should try refreshing my end, but
Okay.
you're the worst for some reason.
Oh,
So I
it
don't
is.
know why that is.
Seems a bit rum.
So I should just refresh so everything will go quiet for a moment.
Instantly improve when Chris goes. See,
It might improve, but it doesn't get sent to the internet when I'm not here.
It might possibly be. I do have 3 enormous images open on my computer.
I was thinking you have got some windows open as well, haven't you?
Shall I do? Oh no, I've got all them suspended. Shall I do the images that I've got?
Get rid of your pictures, yeah.
Okay. Well, what I'll do first is I'll press all the buttons on my computer keyboard, even though I meant to use my iPad keyboard. We have been sent some picatures.
Oh,
these are the ones I was sure were my computer crashed.
Yeah, this is the one where Ted was going down on his computer and then he pressed a button and broke all the internet. We got an email from a guy in California saying, "Stop doing that." I was in the middle of a TV program and it went off. We've been sent some pictures. Now, if you remember, a while ago, we had. If you look it on me in a minute? If you
I already did actually.
Good girl.
Because you were
yes.
talking, so I thought I would. You know.
That's true. We were sent. We remember Michael Jackerman has been working on his 1/24th scale mosquito. Let that sink in. 1/24th scale. Now, he sent us some pictures in the past of how big it is and bits of it, and you think, wow, that's really big. When I saw this picture, I may have said a rude word. I may have said something that included a rude word I shall not repeat here because I didn't have an idea how big this thing was. Let me do a screen share quickly.
And we don't. Nobody swears, do we? Not.
We don't swear. Ted never. I've never heard Ted swear in my entire life.
I don't think Ted knows any swears.
Ted knows nothing. Right. So anyway, yes. Let me go to how.
That's me.
That's the wrong thing. Hang on. Where's it gone?
Hey,
There you go. I'm worrying about how big my 1/18 scale X-Wing is going to be on my bench. And then I saw this and I thought, I'm not worried about my X-Wing anymore. The size of that.
it might be a very tiny bench.
It's huge.
It's the size of you could fit a child in that.
Mm.
That's just mahoot. It's looking fantastic, but it's just mah. Exclusive.
nice bit of work, that, isn't it?
That's really good. Look. Oh, hold on, it's doing being awkward again. Come back. Yeah. There we go. Look at the size of that. It's just. Oh, I really hope you've got somewhere to put it, Michael Jackman, because you're not going to get that on a little wibbly wobbly plastic base. That's got to go on a proper mount. I hope you've got.
I think you should go some nylon string from the ceiling.
Yeah.
I think you need more than nylon.
Bit of fishing wire, bit of fishing line.
You need a chain.
Yeah. Now the question we have to ask Michael is: does he have some nice easy line to do the radio antenna to go between the cockpit and the tail? Get yourself some easy line. It's better than using cotton. Cotton thread is absolute garbage. Don't use cotton thread. It'll just get yourself. You may have to. It's very hard to get hold of. You might have to go on the interwebs and try and find some easy line. EZ and then line. Try and get some, because that is a much better way of doing the antenna wire than using cotton thread. So don't ruin it with cotton thread. Please don't ruin it with cotton thread.
You'll be wanting about the 1 mil size for that.
Yeah, get it on little tiny spools.
Or if eModels do actually sell the ammo by MiG rigging, which is the same stuff.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, unfortunately, it's not the right. It wouldn't be the right size for that. It's far too thin. So you have to.
At a pinch, if you've got no other options, then the ammo stuff is fine. But if you can find some of the, would you say it'd be the heavy ammo, the heavy easy line, wouldn't it, Ted? Because you've got heavy or medium, haven't you?
Yeah, even the heavy would be a little bit too thin. It's almost, but by the time you stretched it, it goes like hair.
Yeah,
it's really thin. So you might have
Could you
to
double it up?
Then it looks like twisted steel cable, unfortunately.
Ah,
But yeah, do look into that. Don't just use cotton thread, because cotton thread will look terrible and will ruin it. So don't make that mistake that I've seen a lot of people do. But that looks fantastic. That looks incredible.
yeah, I
Now,
like that.
yeah, and that's not the only thing we've been sent. We do also have a picture from Stephen Hill Harris. If you remember, Stephen Hill Harris won the Zvezda Boeing something or other. I can't remember which one it was now. It was the 737-700 C40B that he won back in August, and he's finished it. And it's there.
Wow.
Hang on.
Before we go on to that, Michael Jackman does say a friend is making a case.
Jolly
and yes, he's got all kinds of thread for his ships.
Yeah.
So he's covered in that respect.
Yeah, just go for proper non-thread if you know. He knows what we mean then. Jolly good. So Stephen Hill Harris has finished his prize, which was the Boeing. I didn't mean to say Boeing then. His Zvezda Boeing 737-700. It's the vintage Air Force One. And it looks rather nice. Awesome.
Yeah.
I've not got all the pictures that he sent us. I've only got this one.
Yeah.
That looks
Yeah,
really good.
well, on that, we do like to see if you do win a prize, we do like to see the finished result when you get around to building it. So do send some pictures if you win a prize.
Yeah, and if we can get our shizzle together before the show, we'll try and get them like we've done here. Although it can cause problems.
Yeah.
So yeah, that looks lovely. That he sent us a couple of other pictures, and it looks like the kind of plane you get on a travel agent's desk. You know, the kind of shiny display models. It looks like that. It's a really good job you've done. Both of them have done really well with those.
I always wonder where those models go. You know, after they've been in the estate agent, where do they go?
I don't know. They go somewhere. There's a little man in Ireland that's got like 180 billion airplane models in his house, and he gives some to a museum. There's a story on the BBC News website about that.
It's not exactly the sort of thing you can sneak home with, is it?
Yeah.
What have you got in your coat? Nothing.
Nothing. Not got a Boeing at all.
Yeah,
But there you go. Those three. So I'll shut those down. I shall stop sharing. There we go. So there you go. Thank you to those two for sending those pictures in. Both those kits look amazing. I did say a rude word when I saw that mosquito. I was like, holy
moly.
Because I didn't realise just exactly how big it was. Insane. I shall refresh, and then that might bring my picture quality back.
Yeah, speaking about large models, I've just caught a piece in the chat there. Robert says he's got 2 U-boats being built in his house. Susie's building hers, and he's working on his own.
What, the 148 scale?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. Well, at least you'd be able to show both sides of them, don't you? You'd be able to rotate them, see both sides as they're being built. Hold on, yeah. Right, and it's about that time I think we went. We are at Foxx. It's about that time we went across to what's in store, isn't it?
Oh, was it me again then?
Yeah,
back to Foxx.
Yeah,
We didn't plan that very well.
Yeah.
Let me refresh again just to make sure Fox is
Okay.
as good as possible for the
Yeah.
what's in store, because otherwise nobody will be able to guess, because nobody will be able to see it.
Yes. If not, it may have to go back to Chris to do what's in store, but I hate to do that on you. Cause...
Yeah, I hate to do that as well. So well, it won't be a moment.
Mm.
You are very fast with that relogging thing. You're faster than me, and I hate that.
It's just clicking buttons, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but I always make a mess of it, and then it takes me too long, and I go, oh.
It's like typing, isn't it? It's,
You've got to guess where the button's going to be, and you know whereabouts it is.
Well, I must admit, everybody's looking much clearer to me now, so maybe it was just my computer.
I think it was you throwing everything. So
Yeah, because I had
quick, do what's in store, quick.
Right, I'll lock it back on me again then.
No, you won't. I will.
Oh yeah, that's the point. Right now, don't forget, of course. Before we do it, at the end there is a theme. I've got to do my own introduction.
You got to do your own.
This is rubbish.
Did you want me to do your intro for you?
No,
So you get
go on. You can do it. Then it breaks up a bit, doesn't it?
what's happened tonight is give the buttons away, thinking he's going to get an easy night, but it's all him.
I know.
Yeah, that's right. It's good, isn't it? Right. I'll do it. I've got to get it the right way around. Hang about. It's that way. So you refresh and drag.
That was the wrong way. No, it's the right way. There you
That's
go.
the right way. No, see,
It's
you
the way
thought
around
it was the
to
right way.
me.
Refresh and drag, because you're the lag and the
Lag.
stuff and the stuff and the
To
thing.
avoid the
So,
lag, you
yes.
refresh and drag.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I like that.
yeah, I like that.
I like that. Colin, that's
So-
your job from now. Bye.
Right, I'll click on Colin then. There you go, Colin.
Yeah, there's always a lag between the video and the chat by now. There is a theme, and at the end of it, I'll ask you what the theme is. Do not answer what you the theme. It's very, very easy. Even I would have got it if I hadn't done it myself. That's how easy it is. Don't answer though. Don't put in chat. If you think you know what the theme is, don't put it in chat until I come back to you at the end and say, what is the theme for tonight? And go. If you say before I do that, we'll ignore you and we'll point at you and laugh and we'll throw bits of fruit at you and stuff.
It's easier than one of mine, mate, isn't it?
I was really lazy today. I'm like, you know what? There you go, done. So it's really super easy. Is it locked on me? I hope it is.
No.
So yes,
Yes, you're good to go.
So I shall do the screen share again. Ooh.
Did you just type one word into the search engine and I'll have all them?
Hang on, wait. How do I?
What are you sharing now? What?
I don't know. Hang on. It's all gone wrong.
You haven't even got the buttons.
I think I may have actually somehow.
Absolutely no preparation has gone into
Wait a
this.
minute. Wait a minute.
Once again, it shows how professional we really are.
Hang on. I've got a situation here.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
The wrong buttons.
I think someone's closed the tabs rather than suspended them.
I'll click off of Foxx because he's gone.
Okay, yeah. Somehow I've managed to close everything down. I'll have to reopen it. Somebody just tread water.
Okay.
5 minutes.
I'll click on Ted for now. Ted, do a dance or something. Or
There we go.
Entertain the viewers.
I've got them.
You want to do the giveaway from last week then? If Fox is,
I'm back now. I've got it. I'm back.
Oh,
He's back.
While we're waiting for Fox to catch up and
I'm
everything.
here.
there's
Fox is here. Fox is here. He's
I've
ready.
got it.
He's clicked on him. We're watching Fox.
I found me bits. Is it locked on me?
Yeah.
still time to comment on last week's video while we're waiting for Fox.
Right.
Yeah.
Have you seen how I've been very clever to cover up what I'm showing by just putting the menu in the way?
Oh, menu discipline.
I meant to do that. I meant to do that.
Except
Right.
people can still see it at the top.
Yeah, I know. Yes, there is a theme, so let's go through it. And I won't take long to go through these because it will take literally 5 minutes. So, first of all, we have the Vallejo model color set Imperial Rome colors. If you've not used Vallejo paints before, or Vallejo paints, as that should be pronounced, they are really, really nice paints. They've got various ranges. They've got model color, which is their original traditional range for sort of traditional model making. They've got game colors, which are their sort of alternatives for people painting tabletop miniatures. They've got Vallejo model air, which is pre-thinned, ready for airbrush, more or less, and lots of other ranges. But model color is their more traditional model making style, figures, armor, that kind of stuff. And they've been around for a long time. They're really nice acrylic paints. They come in dropper bottles, which is great. And the Imperial Rome set is just a really nice set. You don't have to be making lots of Imperial Roman dudes. It's a really nice set of browns and various earth tones for things like leathers. And lots of flesh tones and some greys and metallics. So especially if you're doing things like figures, any military figures with leather strapping or webbing, and they've got lots of flesh in there and skin, this is a really good pack. It's 34 quid, which is a bit of a steal. You're getting a lot of paints. It's going to last you a long time, but it's a nice, good selection for leather, skin, flesh, greys. So, lots of military uniforms use all the grey colours. So it's not just for Romans. Have a bit of that. What have we got? It doesn't say what colours we've got. We've got that one. I pressed a button, didn't I? We've got that one, that one, that one, and that one. One of them. One of those. You've got all them down there. There you go. I don't know how to get out of that now. There we go.
Do they not give them Roman names like Claudius and Caesar and
No, they probably just got like khaki drab and olive green and things like that.
Khaki Dragus? And
Carcass Dragatus, Emperor Fantabulous, things like that. So good selection of colours, especially if you do, like I say, leathers, flesh, uniforms, things like that. It's a nice selection of colours, and they steal at 34 quid. So there you go. That's the Vallejo model colour set. There are many other Vallejo sets in there. So if you're ever looking for colours, by the way, you probably might not know this, but do have a look at some of the paint sets from not just Vallejo. There's loads of them in. There's Army Paint to do loads of sets. MIG do some sets. If you're looking for a particular thing to paint, like a particular figure or something, there's probably a paint set, especially World War II. There's probably a paint set for it. So before you start trying to figure out what colours do I use on this World War II tank, come on here and have a look at all the different paint sets. I think there is an option for actual paint sets. This is the menu. No, you've got there we go. You've got all the MIG stuff. You've got ammo, MIG, you've got ammo, you've got AK Interactive, loads of stuff. You'll find them all. Next up, we have the Zvezda 1350 Poltava Imperial Russian battleship. These big ships.
I didn't pick these. I don't know how to pronounce them. What with Vallejo and
Zvezda. It's the 1350 Poltava Imperial Russian battleship. If you like, it's 1350 is the standard scale for shippy type things. Zvezda, of course, are known for their aircraft and ships, and they do a lot of good ship kits. And Russian battleships are not so common in the old building battleships. You tend to build German, British, or Japanese battleships. Russians, not that familiar. It's got that kind of maybe built from a tractor look. So it's about right.
Quite lopsided, dreadnought type style ships of that era.
Yeah, it's got an enormous stack as well, which looks like as wide as the entire ship. And I could be wrong here, but I'm pretty sure it's got sponsons. It looks like it's got sponsons, which I wouldn't put past the Russians. I don't think you can get sponsons on a ship, but yes. 50 quid. That'll be it. If you're into your boats and ships, you know about boats, Ted.
Yeah, there will be sponsons. A lot of the dreadnoughts had sponsons.
Really?
So.
I was joking. I thought, because I'm just thinking of
What's a sponson? Is it like a stabilizer?
It's like a bit that sticks out on the side with a gun sticking out of it.
Oh, okay.
You'll find out when you put 4 sponsons on your Bane blade.
Oh, is that? I didn't know if they were, like sponsors.
Lord Barkley says propelled by potato peels. And for some reason, Sprue Glue says Bow Selector. I don't quite know why, but that's just taken me back like 15 years. But yeah, so that's the Zvezda 1350 Poltava Imperial Russian battleship. If you like your ship kits, making something Russian is a bit more unusual because you're not just your usual German, British, and Japanese. Or because it's kind of the Russians, they're not that common in the shipbuilding kit scene. Next up, as I'm running out of things to say about ships, we have
another ship.
No, we have the Games Workshop Space Marines Predator. You knew
I knew there'd be one in here somewhere.
Yeah.
But you don't know what to talk about with these.
I have no idea what to talk about. Yes, this is classic Space Marines vehicle. It's basically a Rhino body, but with the turret on the top. It comes with a little Space Marine dude to stick out of the turret. If you've never built the Games Workshop, if you've never built any of the Warhammer stuff, and you're more of an armor builder, and you're not even intend on playing the game, you don't have to. They are beautiful kits, and this is a wonderful little armored vehicle. If your thing is AFVs, why not treat yourself? 33 quid. Treat yourself to one of these. It's good fun. It's utterly silly. It's got sponsons up the wazoo with guns everywhere. You do get a figure that sits in the cupola at the top, pointing at something, probably manning a mounted gun. Great fun. It's got totally uncomplicated tracks, dead simple build, and you have a great time weathering it and painting it. Not a complicated build at all. You can see only a few sprues. Got a Space Marine sticking out the top. We've got a selection of weapons. It comes with 94 police plastic kit, makes one Predator tank with a choice of turret and sponson weapons. It does come with an Ultramarines vehicle transfer sheet, but Ultramarines are rubbish, and I just advise you to throw that away.
You don't have to do it blue.
No, you can do it not blue and not Ultramarines, and then that'll be much more cooler, because Ultramarines are boring. So yeah, you've got loads of different weapons. You can have some fun with that. Great fun. They are, if you're getting into brush painting and you've never really done brush painting before, the Games Workshop kits are designed to be brush painted, which means all the details are a little bit exaggerated. So panel lines, rivets, raised edges, they're a little bit exaggerated, which makes brush painting an absolute joy. So give it a try. So that's the Games Workshop Space Marines Predator. Yes. Next up, we have the Dragon 135th Imperial Japanese Navy Type 2, or the tank I've just shown you a minute ago from Games Workshop.
It does, yeah, I was just going to say, look the same.
This is a real world version, except this looks completely like rubbish in the design. The Japanese really couldn't design vehicles in World War II, could they? They didn't have a clue. It's the Kami, the Navy Type 2. Dragon, of course, well known for a long time for doing very good AFV kits. They've been doing it for a very long time. This looks like one of their older, you can tell by the fonts on the package, it's one of their older kits. But it's an unusual subject. Again, it's one of those things, I seem to pick unusual subjects that aren't that common. Everybody's made a German tank or a British tank or a Russian tank. You made your KV2s and your Shermans and your Churchills and your Panzer IVs. When was the last time you made this clunky looking thing?
I think the Japanese design them like that because they don't want to upset each other. You know, how do you like my tank? Oh, very nice, very nice. Keep it, so it gets built. You know, that's, they don't say, oh, I don't like it. I don't like this bit. It's very dishonourable. So,
Yeah, but here's the thing with a lot of the Japanese technology. It just seems so primitive because it was like, I don't know. I mean, obviously they weren't as experienced as the Germans and the Allies as at building heavy armor, but they really kind of didn't get the idea for a while, did they?
The turret doesn't look big enough.
No,
yeah.
It just doesn't look right, does it? It looks
It's like we built this tank and now we've got to put a gun on it. Oh, we haven't got any big guns. Oh,
somebody's there going, did you not get the accessory sprue for even like the mud guards or anything? Where do I put my backpack? Come on, we want sponsors with heavy bolters. So it's a funny little thing, ugly little spud, but again, it's a bit of an unusual thing to make. So worth a go. £44, absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, Zad's has got a good question. He says Japanese Navy. It's a tank.
Yeah.
It's a Japanese Navy, doesn't it?
Hey.
I never thought. I didn't think about that. Yeah.
Interesting.
Oh, well, it says amphibious tank, doesn't it? So.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe. I didn't see that. That kind of explains.
Probably not very successful as a ship.
Yeah. I suppose like we had the funnies, didn't we, that tried to get onto the beach on D-Day. So did they come under the Navy or the Army though? The funnies.
Yes.
So that explains the look then. In that case, take it all back. It might have been a really brilliant. I apologise to all the Japanese. Never mind. I've seen some of the Japanese trucks. They really didn't know how to make vehicles. Moving on in World War II. Moving on. Next we have. I'm doing more Games Workshop. Games Workshop Imperial Knight Preceptor Canis Rex. Legendary. If you've never done a Games Workshop again, legendary Games Workshop Warhammer kit is the Imperial Knights. They are fantastic. Now, there's many different types of Imperial Knight, and the beauty of this one is it's kind of 5 or 6 kits in one. It's the latest release of the Imperial Knight kit, but it got 2 big differences. If you know your Imperial Knights, you'll know this is the first one to actually have a cockpit and a pilot. You've never seen that before. They never normally have that detail. And you also get a separate pilot figure, which is beautiful. Little figure there. However, if you've built one before, the latest one before this was the Knight Warden Imperial Knight, which allowed you to build the Errant, the Paladin, the Warden, the Gallant, or the Crusader, which are different versions of the Imperial Knight. This is that kit with an extra sprue to allow you to also build the Preceptor, the Canis Rex, which is the one with the pilot and the cockpit. So it's the latest one. You can build all those down the side there. There's the Preceptor, that one I can't read them, they're too small. You get the idea. It's basically
where is the cockpit?
The cockpit sits, I don't know if you can see, do you see the head?
Yep.
It sits above the head.
If I can see it now, what do you do?
You see where it says Canis Rex there?
Oh, right, yep.
On the top, it's that bit behind it.
Okay.
Which is covered up, but if you open it up on there, you can
so
see
it's sort of the hunch.
Yeah, that shows it on the top left there with the thing open.
Oh, okay.
But it's a beautiful kit. Now, it looks fantastic. I've got one here if anybody wants to see it, see how big they are. The beauty of these kits is they look fantastic, but they are one of the easiest things you will ever paint. Despite all the complicated paintments, they are super fun to paint because they're so simple to paint. You can paint one of these in a day. They're really easy, but they're great fun and they work well with brush painting. So again, if you always wanted to treat yourself and you want something a bit special, get yourself a Canis Rex. If you're very clever, it comes with about 6 or 7 different weapon options. You can magnetize all the weapons to have lots of different weapon options so you can swap them around as well. You don't have to have the big waving thunder fist and the big plasma thing dude weapon there. You can lots of different weapon options. So that is the Imperial Knight Preceptor Canis Rex. And last of all, we have the Italeri 124 Scania R730 V8 Topline Imperial. It's a truck.
They're quite nice kits.
Hmm.
Not so. I don't think it's something I would build myself, but I do admire them. They're nice and shiny, and they look the part. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys out there who go on a road trip, you go up and down the motorway, and you see the fantastic sort of artwork they do.
Oh yeah.
Do these wagons.
One of Italeri's kind of key product lines is their big ass truck kits. They do a lot of 124 scale trucks, modern day trucks, not just vintage stuff. Modern day stuff based on real vehicles and real liveries.
That's how I got into doing my own decals, was decal wrapping trucks like that, the Terminator rig and things like that I've done.
Yeah. So a lot of manufacturers do trucks, but Italeri is kind of one of the leaders in the big truck kind of scenario. It comes with the super stickers and decal sheet, additional chromed parts, and wheel rims. So you can have the option of just building them as is, or you can strip them down and repaint them. But it looks pretty nice. So yeah, if you've ever wanted to get into the big rigs part of the world in the modelling history, I don't know if they do trailer units. I guess they do. They might do.
Yeah, you do get the trailers. You can get boxes, tankers, things like that, mate.
Yeah, the trailer sold separately.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's all the stuff that's what's in store today. I shall quickly do a recap just to before I say go, and it's really easy, remember. So we have the Vallejo model color set Imperial Rome colors. We have the Zvezda 1350 Poltava Imperial Russian battleship. We have Spetsmarines Predator. We have the Dragon one of these is a red herring, by the way, I forgot to mention. We have the Dragon 135th Imperial Japanese Navy Type 2 Kami tank. Yeah, one of these is a red herring. We have the Games Workshop Imperial Knight Preceptor Canis. I must get them to add the word Imperial to that because it's missing off there. And we have the Italeri 124 Scania R730 V8 Topline Imperial. So I shall stop the screen sharing. I shall remember how to stop screen sharing.
Michael Jackson said it's 3, 2, 1. It's that clueless time again.
Yes, and I shall say, what is the theme for tonight? Go.
Ooh.
Do. Chris, you can see the chat on the actual thing screen. Can you know what the answer is? Can you call out you'll have the fastest answer of all of us.
I'm not using the chat on the thing screen because it doesn't seem to work properly on that.
Okay.
So, I see.
Cynical Steve is the first one to get it right, I think. Yep. Cynical Steve says Imperial/Empires. Definitely not a Chris week. Yes, it was literally the word Imperial. There you go. That's how easy it was. There was a red herring, of course. The Space Marines Predator was a red herring because that doesn't say Imperial, even though it's part of the Imperial Army, the Empire of Man. It's not. So that's a red herring. So yes, it was just simply the word Imperial. How easy was that? So Cynical
Easier
Steve,
than one of mine, mate. I'm impressed. Welcome to the fold.
Yeah. So sometimes I like to do a no thinker. So Cynical Steve, well done. Send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and just say that you won that, and we'll get a mug sent out to you because you won yourself a mug. Don't forget, of course, mugs are out of stock at the moment.
Yeah, I haven't heard that they're back in stock, so I'm just assuming that they are back.
Yeah. So if they are still out of stock, don't panic. As soon as they come in stock, they'll keep your name to one side. We'll mail Ted, and we'll send the mail on for you. And as soon as they get them in stock, they'll send one out to you. So well done, Cynical Steve.
Yeah, Steve says, yay, another mug. Haven't got the first one yet.
Yes.
You never know. You might get different ones.
No, you might be. So there you go. Yeah, it wasn't a complicated one.
Well done. Right, what are we up to now? Should we go give something else away?
I think somebody else needs to do some talking for a bit.
Remember last week we were giving away the 177 Donia, so there's just a few moments left for you to dash across to last week's video, comment on it, and we'll get the random comment picker picking random comments out and we'll see we need. So who has got the random comment picker tonight?
You.
That'll be the person that's looking down at the desk who's probably in chat because his hat's down. Colin. Colin, are you asleep again?
No. I was just checking Skype.
Do you want to share? Do you want to share it with the class? Only joking.
I got busted again, didn't I?
It's the hat. It gives you away, dude. You can't get away
I
from it.
thought you were still on screen share, so I thought I'd just quickly check with Scott. What was the question?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if- oh, yeah. Ted was saying who's got the winning thing. I'm assuming we'll
I've
be doing
still
that.
got one on screen. I just need to refresh my tabs because they're all suspended at the
Oh,
moment.
okay. I thought, are you doing it, Ted, or is Colin? I can't remember now.
I haven't got the random comp picker. I've got the picture of the Dornier.
All right.
Okay.
Well, they're both doing it.
Yeah.
It's a teamwork thing.
Right. Well, you should lock it on me and I'll share the screen. I think I can share the screen.
Okay. It's all yours, Ted.
Right.
Off you go.
No, I'll need to come back.
Anders Ericsson says, do some more singing, and Natalie Williams says, please no.
Yeah, we do requests. Feel free to type one in, and we'll do that whilst we're refreshing.
It's all right. Ted's found it now.
I don't think Chris was that bad.
Yeah, if you weren't watching it last week, why weren't you watching last week?
Yeah.
Well, if you were watching, this is what you could have won.
Well, you could win. You might still yet win. You never know.
Nice little ICM DO215B -4 German reconnaissance plane. Lots of windows, lots of whirly things, and sort of people actually do that camo, don't they?
Yeah, what the little spotty bits.
Little spotty bits. They spend hours and hours recreating.
Oh, what, modelling?
Yeah,
modeling.
modeling.
Like the Germans. See what else? Yeah. The CAD cam drawing of this. It looks quite nice, actually, doesn't it?
Apparently, this particular version of the Dornier was based on the prototype. So it's like an early 215B.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen these pictures. I've just seen the main picture.
Got some nice little detail in there, isn't it? When you think for its price
Cynical
point.
Steve says, I forgot to comment on this, but hey ho, there's still time.
Yeah.
Go and do it now, quick.
Yeah.
Over there, do it now before we lock it out.
If you don't know where to comment, it's last week's show on the eModels channel. You want to comment on there that's something fun and amusing, but not necessarily correct, but fun and amusing and family friendly about Germans or Germany on last week's show's comments.
Yeah. So this is the Dornier. We'll just have a look what's in the box. Well, the kit itself.
They made it upside down. That's rubbish.
Yeah, that's how it comes out of the box. That's how you build it. You build it upside down. But yeah, back to detail. These weren't actually big aircraft. They were quite small aircraft. Quite similar to our Mosquito.
Stephen Hill Harris says pretty good value, that one. If you win it, it's the best value there is because it's free.
Yep.
Yeah.
If you win it.
I mean, for the price point, there's a nice bit of detail in there, isn't there?
20 quid, 172nd. Yeah, fun that.
I'll give it that.
Good weekend project.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, so it's something could do for a weekend. Anyway, right. That's my sharing finish done. Yeah, shared it. That's what you could have won. So, so now it's over to Colin.
Are we locking it out now? Are we?
Yeah, I'll go over to Colin. Lock on Colin. So there you go.
Sports desk for the
Off you go.
I'm just doing a little refresh on the page. So that we can lock them out.
Yeah, if you haven't done it now, too late.
Yeah, SOL.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my really fast computer to play catch up here, people. So apologies. So,
no advert. Nah.
Yeah, get rid of that. Don't want none of that. So we have 40 comments on there at the moment, folks.
Let's have a look at some of the comments then.
Clarky31 says Germany, second home of the Hoff.
Oh, yeah. They love him. They absolutely adore him.
Do you remember when the Berlin Wall came down? David Hasselhoff and that lit jacket thing that he had on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I'm just trying to find the chat.
Comment from Natalie Williamson. When JFK visited Berlin on the 26th of June 1963, he infamously said, "Ich bin ein Berliner," which also translates to "I am a jelly donut," because a Berliner at the time. He meant to say "I am," because what we were saying was today we are all Germans. Or, we're all Berliners, but he didn't realize that a Berliner was actually a jam donut.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Oh, shut up. Sorry.
Ted's watching special videos again.
No, I was trying to get the chat up on my phone because I can't get it on the computer. I don't want to press any buttons on the computer.
Oh no, don't press any buttons.
Good man. Good man. Kitchen table modeler says best sausages and beer known to man. Bratwurst been his favourite.
Oh, I don't know. Currywurst is a bit close second to that.
Yeah.
Ich bin schwanger. I'm not as much. Hang on. Let me this moved. A man says ich bin schwanger. I'm not as I am male, but really gets Germans to look at you oddly. I don't know what that means.
Glenn G says there's 1,500 different beers in Germany.
Yeah.
Really?
Are you looking at the comments on your mobile phone?
Yeah.
When you could just look at Colin's comments.
I don't want to do it on there.
Yeah, but if you do it when Colin's reading it, he'll move it.
That's true.
Just as you're reading it, he's going to move it.
See how alert you all are. See, that's what I do. I think that just reading one, scroll up.
Dan One says that this is actually quite relevant to your historical science fact, Colin, because he said Dan One says the first printed book was in German, which it was because the printing press was invented by Gutenberg.
Yeah.
As you know, the Gutenberg Library. So,
So should we load it in the random comment?
Yeah.
Load your bits.
I'll just copy that. There's the URL going in.
Everybody stand by.
Paste
Here we go.
This doesn't give you any kind of countdown. It just goes, there's the winner. There you go.
Load the comments now.
Write the theme tune. Sing the theme tune. Load the comments.
Randomly pick winner. Are you ready?
We pick winner out of 41 unique users
Do you want
found.
a countdown or a drum roll or something? Or
Yeah, go for it, mate.
drum roll. That was it. I was just
And here we go. And the winner is James Chapman with Do Know Anything About Germany Apart from Autobahn.
Yes.
Yeah,
Classic album.
congratulations, James.
So congratulations to James Chapman. You're our winner of that rather splendid bit of a kit, which was which was the 1/72 scale Dornier. So congratulations, mate.
Well done. Yeah. Don't forget when it arrives, take a picture of it with you in the picture and send it into the eModels Facebook page.
Yeah.
Take a picture of it, and we look forward to seeing it built. If you pop an email to the email on the top there, ted@emodels.co.uk.
Yeah, and James says himself, "Oh my God, only just commented, so it works."
Yeah. You got.
Absolutely.
If you comment right before Colin or one of us presses the refresh button and locks everything in, you've still got just the same chance of winning as everybody else.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So make sure to send an email to ted@emodels.co.uk and in the title put that you won the kit. Have you anybody still got it open to give him the hashtag number?
Yes.
Hashtag number is #72305.
Yeah. So you don't need to remember this bit. Just say it's the Dornier hashtag, whatever that number was that Colin just said.
It saves me looking it up when I send it across to James.
I'll copy it into the chat.
Yeah, and we just need to know your name, your address, and if your YouTube name is different to your actual name, then obviously make sure we know your YouTube name as well in the email.
Yes, James, just send it to ted@emodels.co.uk and it'll come to us. And we'll get it.
We'll forward that on to James, mate, in the eModel store, and he'll get it sent out. Well done.
Cool. Congratulations, mate. Like I say, you've got to be in it to win it.
Yeah, and everybody's got the same chance. Woohoo! Except we can't enter it because that sucks.
No, we did try entering under pseudonyms and things like that, but we get found out.
Yeah. But going in as I knew that Top Ned was obviously straight away was going to be you, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, not Chris doesn't work either.
Yeah.
People.
Yeah, I think the clue was in delivery address, Festa 67's workshop at
Helga35@geocities.com.
busted.
Franker says for 16 quid he might pick that up himself. Why not?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The thing is, when you look at those little weekender kits, those little sort of 20 quid, 16 to 15 to 20 quid aircraft kits, 1/72. If you're an older builder like us, it's a perfect way to go back in time to being a kid. When you go to the shop and you just pick out an Airfix airplane kit
Well, that's what we
But-
did at Christmas, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But
into that.
it's the perfect way to recreate the whole thing of being a kid and buying an old Airfix kit, but without the crappy Airfix kit, because it's a modern kit that actually goes together well.
Yeah.
Stuff, it's not like when you were a kid and you built a Red Arrow and it was just garbage. Nowadays, of course, they do good kits, but it's the same as that. You can buy the little 1/72, but they've got loads of details and they're nice.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we built those 1/72 kits at Christmas, and it was just like stepping back in time, wasn't it? Just take you back. Yeah, no,
Osric makes a good point, which I was going to mention anyway. He says, Osric says, Black Friday, soon more savings. Yes, don't forget.
yeah, it is. Mm.
If you're not aware, the 29th of November, which is, I think, next, was it Tuesday after, no, Friday after next even? Not this Friday.
Week on Friday.
Friday, there will be massive savings across everything on their website. So make sure you come along next Friday between midnight, first thing in the morning, basically, and midnight, last thing at night on Friday. So from midnight to midnight on Friday, the 29th of November, is Black Friday. Everything in store has big extra discounts added on top.
It's 20%, isn't it?
I can't remember the specific percentage. eModels do a permanent 10% discount anyway. It's added onto that. So I can't remember exactly what the specific is, but it's just massive savings all across. So yes, go and check it out. There is a floaty thing on the website, but just come back next Friday and just buy all the things, basically. So if you've been looking to get that big 1/35 scale Dora, now's your time. Millennium Falcon. Yeah.
Right. It's about 10:30 now. Are we giving everything away? Cool.
Yeah, I think we're about done.
So,
Do we know whose store is it next week?
Oh, and as Ericsson says, wish list on the eModels site full of nice things waiting for the 29th.
I believe it's my turn next week.
oh, right. It'll be an easy
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it'll be another easy one, folks.
Yeah, will it be as easy as it's the word Imperial?
Yeah.
What's the thing for tonight? They're all model kits.
Yeah, I've got to try and beat Foxes now. I'm like, I've got to go easier than that.
What's the theme tonight? Things that are in tabs on my browser.
Yeah. It's after. Is it Black Friday this week? Is it?
Not this Friday. Friday the 29th.
29th. Oh, you just said that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, you know when he said
We
that.
did this
that
whole
was...
thing. We did this whole thing.
Yeah, just too busy typing to be listening.
No, I'm going to say he obviously wasn't paying attention. He was probably on Skype. Yeah.
No, I've been good.
I'm going to have to throw the blackboard eraser at you. Back of the class.
Yeah.
Anders says he has a wish list set up. I can't remember if there's a wish list option on the eModel site, but if not, you can stick things in your basket and not check out. If there is stuff you want to pick up next Friday, you can always get it in your basket now, and then if you're not really bagging it before then.
But it's not yours until you check it out.
Yeah.
As Ted would say, slap it in your basket.
Slap it in your basket.
Yes. Same with the things we showed tonight for the what's in store. If anything tickles your fancy, don't just leave it in your basket, especially not till next Friday, because if they've got one in stock and it's in your basket and somebody else pays for it first, they get it. So, yeah.
It's not yours till you check it out.
Yes.
Is that where you normally have your microphone, Ted? I don't remember you leaning over there
Next
before.
on Radio 4.
He's good. He's good. I'll give him that.
Spillage in aisle 4.
Cashier number 4, please.
I'd love it if he was the guy at the train station. Mind the gap.
Oh, what joy we have.
The safe word is based.
Mark Scope says Ted should call for bingo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 little ducks, 47.
2 fat ladies, 88.
1 and 7, 23. I did bingo calling once. It's just like an old folks' home. I tried
Just once.
I did it deliberately, confused everybody just to confuse all the old days. I was like 2 and 3, 42.
Thing is, he still does it before we go live, just to remind us. In 5, in 4, in 3.
I liked it. It was funny because it kept him awake.
Oh, you got 2 and 4. And then they all go, what was that number? What was that number? What did you said?
Or get like an outright stammer. 2 and 5, 55.
Yeah.
Two
Simon Payne says a friend of mine is. Oh, Simon Payne is the most important person ever because he says a friend of mine is the voice at the post office for the next cashier, the one that goes, cashier number 4, please.
Oh, mate, the fun you could have with.
Oh, you know that person. Oh my god! I need the name and address and phone number and everything. I need that person to record the sound.
Always, as a child, wanted to be the bloke who used to do the TV shutdown thing at night.
Oh, like what? Like Colin West? You're down south, but we used to get like Colin Weston from Granada.
Yeah, don't forget to turn the TV off, and then you think, right, they'll just be walking across their lounge. Leave it alone.
My local hospital is quite funny because you walk in and they've got a thing with like 6 or 7 little sort of cashier points, but it's basically where you go in and say, yes, I've got this appointment, and they say, yeah, you need to go here and here, and they put a thing up and it just says they've got like 5 counters, but every time we go there and the thing goes bing before it says like counter number 3, I always say, and I can't help myself doing it out loud in the restaurant, cashier number 3, please. And we play a little game as to which one's going to call out because it's like really sad. When you're in hospital, you play sad games.
Oh, I'd love to be that person. That is so cool. Good factoid. Mate.
Oh yeah, that's the best thing ever. Cashier number 4, please.
Right, good. Right. I think we'll leave it for tonight then. Before we.
Yeah.
Flanker does say that should be a thing. eModels bingo to win kits.
Yeah.
So maybe some trust issues with that.
I don't think there's any way of making sure it's. We'd have to ship you out cards, and then
you've got to bring your own dibber. I know all the bingo terms. Don't even try. I've got my bingo.
It looks like Chris is frozen to me. He's just
me.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm still here. I can still hear you.
No, he hasn't.
What Colin's doing because we can see his app.
Cameron frozen. He just stopped moving.
Or he's asleep. Colin. There we go.
I've been good.
Nearly finished.
Right. I will leave it at that. Getting on for witching hour and time for my bed because I'll be up in the morning.
By bed, he means gin.
Yeah. So we'll leave it for tonight, and thank you all for watching us and joining in and chatting. We did quite a bit of me for can't hear us. But,
oh no, Ted's unplugged.
I was actually looking at my keyboard. All I heard was we did quite a bit of it here.
That's this fandangled wireless, you know.
We didn't cat videos again.
Yeah, we don't need a wireless, Ted.
It's just an auxiliary jack to power me up.
Join us again next week for more EM.
Yeah.
No pressing the buttons next week, mate.
Yeah. No, we don't let Ted hit the buttons anymore. We got angry emails from the Queen and things.
I think Foxx is actually feeling a bit lost tonight because he didn't have any buttons to press.
We don't need Ted because we've got this one.
Could you imagine the chaos if we said, Ted, you're hosting next week with a Streamlabs? how much fun we could have.
No. You know, let me say something, Colin. You know, like when you know how to put a computer together and your friend doesn't.
Yeah.
And then they get a new computer.
Yeah.
Let's not go there.
You could just imagine him covered in wires and all these. Oh. Yeah.
Chicken in the middle of it somewhere. Anyway, I'm going to get to see model making chicken soon, Ted. He's not made an appearance for a while.
She's actually asleep in the bathroom.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. You need to get her on a show soon so people can see.
You need to teach her to sleep in the slow cooker.
Just take your clothes off and hop it.
Look, I've put a couple of carrots in there for you.
Bath time toys. Yeah, you don't mind.
Bath time toys. Cruel.
We'll try. Yeah, one week we'll try and get the model making chicken back. Yeah, but the wife's brought her in because it's cold outside. She's just in the bathroom.
Yeah, you can't have frozen chicken, mate.
So you could do model making cat, but we know model making cat is just sitting there going, Khajiit hates everyone. You will all die. So there's no fun with that.
Yeah, the cats just plot to kill you.
Yeah, whereas chickens are awesome.
Yeah,
I like the fact that when you have brought model making chicken in the past, before the show goes live, there's 20 minutes of
Yeah.
Peggy on the day.
And that's just Ted.
Yeah, she'll make an appearance. I'll get a picture up on Facebook or something like that.
It'd be brilliant, like 1 week if she was asleep on the cupboard behind you, just in a little ball of feathery fluff.
Oh, yeah, there's too many things on the bench.
I'm surprised you've never used model making chicken on your Skipperton videos as the Pathé newsreel chicken, you know.
Oh yeah, we've tried that. Yeah.
Oh, Ted, a very important question. Have you done the thing where you move the chicken but her head stays in one place, like that?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, you can move around.
I want a chicken just to be able to do that.
Yeah.
It's more impressive if you move the head and the rest of the chicken stays still.
Right, I need to go and ask Mama Fox if we can have a chicken.
Yeah.
Bit.
Yeah.
Useless fact for chickens: they can see out the left. They see out the left eye for food. They don't look out of both of them.
What do they look at the right eye for then?
I
Anything
think,
else?
it's just because it's there.
It is there.
Yeah. And they like red, so that if she was here today, she'd be picking the red paint pot because
That's where the popular red lid went. Model making chickens nicked it.
Yeah, made it to a nest. I like our wood pigeons that we have in our garden. You know, like they look that way. So if they want to look down, they have to like rotate the head.
Yeah.
To look down. Ours are too stupid. They rotate like most of their body. They forget they've got joints in the neck, so they're just going like that. They go, and they're like leaning off thing. I'm like, you guys are idiots. If they want to look down, they're like,
Yeah.
idiots. So stupid.
I saw a calendar in a shop the other day, goats in trees. It was like brilliant. I was like, transfixed with it. I'm like, how did they get in that tree?
There's a publisher there going, do you not think this is like maybe a bit niche?
Yeah. Brilliant. The goat stood there bolt upright at the top of a tree, and I'm like, how and why?
yeah, yeah. See, Fox, yeah, it'll come the end of January, won't it? And right, we've sold 200 Mum and Dad calendars, and we've sold 300 family calendars, but we only sold 2 goats in trees.
Yeah. Google it. There's apparently quite a large following now for goats in trees.
I'll tell you what, if the publisher's there going, is this not a bit niche? The photographer's there going, dude, have you ever read the internet? It'll sell billions, trust me.
Yeah, it's the dedication of the bloke that sat there with the camera waiting for the goat to get in the tree.
I bet he's got some sort of goat cannon.
Yeah, that's it. Look, I've got 10 minutes left. Get in the tree.
Yeah, that'd be like that Hot Shots movie where he picked up the chicken, wouldn't it, with a bow and arrow?
I hate to break the illusion, but there is actually a species of goat that climbs trees.
Yeah.
Probably had a really easy job just there.
Yeah, the subject of a calendar, goats in trees.
Yeah,
in
it's
trees.
just one of them. I saw it and I was like, oh, that is just so cool. And I'm like, goats in trees. And I'm saying it out loud. I'm like, goat in a tree. Oh, look, goat in a tree.
I feel compelled to make a series of image memes now that got no goats in them at all, but the caption's just goats in trees. I don't know why.
But my wife's like, yeah, they're coming to get him. I'll just take him outside the shop.
Or perhaps you can have a picture, 12 pictures of trees and spot the goat.
Yeah.
Or just do like the old, you know what you could do? Get one of them, you remember the old dry rub transfer kits? It's just a picture of a tree and you get a dry rub sheet with loads of goats on. You got to put them in and dry rub them on.
Well, it'd be like spot the ball, wouldn't it? It'd be like spot the goat.
That's
Spot the neck where the goat is in the tree.
That's a money maker.
Absolutely, mate.
All right. So next week, while we all dash off now to print our goats in tree calendars, we should leave it for today.
It's like a Herb Alpert song, Goats in Trees. Spanish Flea, Little Bull, and Goats in Trees. 3 classics from Herb Alpert, the Tijuana Brass.
Yeah.
Next week, we'll discuss calendars for the next year. What we'll play in them.
2020 calendars. What is the biggest tat calendar that you can find?
Yeah.
Probably involves Elvis, probably.
Yeah. Bring it with you next week.
Yeah. It'll be the Festa 67 calendar of builds. That'll be the tat. Yeah, there it is.
Right. Well, anyway, we'll leave it for tonight. Time's getting on. It's 11:15 now. 15 minutes past my bedtime because the clocks have gone back. So we'll leave it and we'll see you all next week, folks. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining in. eModels.co.uk, and we'll see you again and do it again next week. Same time, same place, same back channel. Bye, Chris.
Well, hang about. I've got to press a button, haven't I? Right. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Tuning in.
Bye.